Hello everyone and welcome back. So we've had some really good comments on the last couple of videos, and one thing that just keeps coming up again and again is, what do I do when I get to the gym and everything is taken? This is really common in January, and this is one of the most common things that often derails people, especially beginners. So you've shown up, you've got your plan, and you're ready to go. And then you walk in and it's absolutely rammed. Every machine's got someone on it, the squat rack's got a queue, and suddenly your whole plan just falls apart. So what do you do? Well, today I'm going to give you a full toolkit for training in a busy gym. So you're not only just surviving it, you're actually training well and knowing that you're making progress and leaving feeling like you've got something done. So let's go. First things first, and I want to say this because it's going to matter more than any practical tip that I'm going to give you today. Gyms can feel intimidating and it's easy to believe that you'll stick out like a sore thumb, but it's just simply not true. Everyone in the gym is doing their own thing, and most of your fellow gym members will probably respect that, or probably not even notice you, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. As one trainer put it, everyone is too busy checking their own reflection to be paying attention to what you're doing. You have just as much right to be there as anybody else. You've paid for that membership, so own it. And here's something I tell every single one of my clients. The confidence comes from having a plan. When you know what you're doing, the noise of a busy gym just fades into the background. So let's make sure that you've got a plan. This one is the most obvious tip, but let's just get it on the table. The busiest times at most gyms fall before and after work, so between 6 and 9 in the morning and 6 to 8 in the evening. If you have any flexibility with your schedule, training at off-peak times, so midday, late morning or later in the evening, will immediately solve most of your problems. Also, think about what the rest of the gym is doing that day. Observe the trends and just do the opposite. Most gym goers are all doing roughly the same thing at the same time. So chest on a Monday is practically religion with gym bros. So if everybody else is on the benches, go do legs. The leg equipment often collects dust on a Monday. I know some of you don't have that flexibility as you're working all day and the after work window is the only one you've got. That's fine. That's real life. The rest of this video is going to help you. Okay, so this is something I teach every single one of my clients, and it's genuinely changed how they handle busy gym sessions. I call it the cardio scan. So when you first walk into a busy gym and you feel slightly overwhelmed with the amount of people that are in there, don't just dive in, hop on a piece of cardio equipment, the treadmill, the bike, the rower, the cross trainer, doesn't really matter. Just choose one that gives you a good look at the gym. And while you're warming up, use that time to scan the gym. Look around, what's free, what's got people on it, what looks like it will be available soon, where's the space. Try and get the lay of the land. Take a breath, and then by the time your 5 to 10 minute warm up is done, you've got a plan of attack and you know where you're going. This does two things. First, it means that you've always done your warm up, which, as I mentioned in a previous video, is a non-negotiable. And second, it means that you're walking into the gym floor with intention rather than just panicking. You're not wandering around hopelessly, hoping that something opens up. You know your routine, get familiar where everything is, eye up the machines and the equipment you're familiar with, and make a mental note of where they are, so you can go back and find them when you've figured out what you want to do. The cardio scan also gives you a mental map, so make sure you use it. Once you've done your scan, here's the next move. When you see a piece of equipment you want and it's open, go for it, grab it. Toss your towel over it, and hanging your towel over that piece of kit is like hanging a flag over your fortress. It's like the oldest trick in the book. No one is going to come near your sweaty towel. So just apply some common sense and good manners with it. Now, one of the best strategies in a busy gym is to build your entire session around one piece of equipment. A squat rack or an adjustable bench is perfect for this. You can do multiple exercises without moving your feet. Just make sure though that it is something like a squat rack or a dumbbell or a bench. Don't be that person that takes that one piece of equipment that the gym has, i.e. the Smith machine, and doing your whole workout on that, because then you're preventing somebody else from using it. Whereas most gyms have multiple squat racks, multiple benches. So then if you are doing your workout on there, there are other equipment of the same kind that will eventually free up for others. Also as well, when you're going in and grabbing kit, when you throw your sweaty towel over it, please also bear in mind that if somebody has their sweaty towel or water bottle on it, then respect the gym etiquette, because unfortunately somebody got there before you. At the rack, for example, you can squat, do rows, press, and if there's a pull-up bar, you can do some hanging leg raises. Grab your dumbbells from the rack, bring them to your space, and you've almost got everything you need without having to chase kit around the floor. Grab 2 or 3 sets of dumbbells in different weights and then bring them over to your workspace. That way you won't have to keep going back to the rack or risk all of the weights being taken by the time you need them. Okay, so this is where I want to spend some real time, because this is the thing that separates someone who gets frustrated and has a rubbish workout from someone who adapts and trains brilliantly. So you need to know your exercise alternatives. And I don't just mean having a random backup plan. I mean genuinely understanding what each exercise is doing for your body, so that when something is taken, you can swap it for something that trains the exact same muscle groups and keep your progression on track. So here's how I approach this with my clients. Rather than just handing them a random substitute, I educate them to understand movement patterns. So we covered this in the workout plan video. You've got your squat pattern, your hinge pattern, your push, your pull. And if you understand that a leg press and a squat are both a squat pattern, then when the leg press machine is taken, you don't have to panic. You know exactly what to do instead. The key is matching the movement pattern. So a hinge, a squat, a push, a pull, and this helps you stimulate the target muscle groups to a similar degree to what you had planned, keeping your progress on track. Doing a completely dissimilar exercise, while productive in its own right, won't always give you the same stimulus based on what your training priorities call for. So here are some real world examples of swaps that I use for my clients all the time. You want to do bench press, but the bench press is taken? Go do dumbbell bench press. It's the same push pattern, same muscles, same progress. Squat rack gone? Goblet squat with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. It's still a squat, you're still loading your legs. Leg press machine cued? Dumbbell Bulgarian split squats. These are arguably harder, but they still work the same. Cable row machine taken? Dumbbell bent over row. Same horizontal pull. I also give all my clients what I call a backup workout, either a barbell only or a dumbbell only version of their session. So if the gym is busy, that machines are completely out of the question, they've got a pre-planned dumbbell only workout ready to go. They know exactly what to do, they can still track their reps and weights, and they can still make progress, even if the exercises look slightly different from their usual session. Another tip as well that I do with my clients as well is that if you are going to substitute a workout, for example, you're substituting bench press for dumbbell bench press, make sure that your substitution is the same one every time. So then at least when you come back to it, you can see what you did last time you substituted for that exercise. Because if your substitution changes all the time, then if you do have to substitute on a regular basis, you're not going to make as much progress. Whereas if you've got your actual one and then you've got your substitute, then at least that way you can track your reps and sets and weights for both, and you can make sure that no matter whether you're doing the actual one or the substitution, you're still achieving progressive overload and you're still making progress towards your goals. Using one piece of kit for multiple exercises is a brilliant strategy in a busy gym. So a power rack or a cable machine is perfect for this, and all you need to do is just a few weights or move a few attachments and you're good to go. The cable machine in particular is massively underused by beginners, and it's one of the most versatile bits of kits in the gym. From one cable machine you can do rows, pull downs, chest flies, tricep push downs, face pulls, bicep curls, and so much more. So if you can get on a cable machine and know how to use it properly, you've basically got half a gym in one spot. Same goes for an adjustable bench and a pair of dumbbells. Okay, quick one but important one. Busy gyms only work if people are decent about it. So keep your rest times tight. If you've managed to get a piece of equipment and people are circling, do your sets, keep your rest to a minimum and move on. Don't sit on the bench scrolling on your phone in between sets, especially when there are people waiting. Don't text or take calls while you're on a station. It's just good gym etiquette. And it's the kind of environment that we all want to train in. You can, when the gym is busy, ask to work in. This is completely normal gym culture and most people are fine with it. You know, saying, hey, do you mind if I jump in during your rest period? Or do you mind if I jump in between sets? That's a totally reasonable thing to say. Worst that is going to happen is that they say no. Be the person that you want to train around. And if that person says no, respect their decision. Don't get shitty or don't get arsey with them if they say no. They might have a reason why, but at least you asked. Right, before we get to the outro, I just need to say something and I want you to really take this in. The people who make the best progress in the gym are not the ones who only show up when the conditions are perfect. They are the ones who show up regardless. They adapt, they find a way, and they get their workout done, even on days when it's busy, even on days when they're tired, even on days when nothing goes to plan. They still showed up. Every single time you walk into a busy gym and figure it out, that's a win. That builds resilience, that builds a habit, and that habit is what everything else is built on. Okay, so let's just pull everything together into a plan. So you do your cardio scan, you scout the gym before you commit to anything, set up camp with one piece of kit and work from there. Know your exercise alternatives so that you can swap intelligently without losing progress, and most importantly, adapt. Don't abandon. If this video helps you, then please give it a like, and it genuinely makes a massive difference to how many people see this content. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do have the option on mobile to give me some hype points, I would really appreciate it. But other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!